Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to class today. And for science, this is what I would like you to do. We have our tablets in front of us, so please go ahead and log into Sycamore. Everybody should know how to do that at this point. You should already be logged into your tablet since you're using it to watch this video. But please take a second, log into Sycamore. Pause the video if you need to in order to log into Sycamore, or go ahead and watch the rest of the video and then log in. But the first step is going to be to log into Sycamore. Once you're in Sycamore, you'll see this article that says Science Lesson 1010, right? And there's also a link right here. What I'd ask you to do is please click on the link. If the link doesn't open, like this link didn't open when I clicked on it, we would right-click, right, and then hit Open in New Tab. And then we should have a new tab that has opened up. That new tab should look like this. And it should say Build an Atom right here, right? See how it says Build an Atom right there? That's what we want to see, is build an atom. And then there's this little button down here, this green button. You're going to click Run Now. It should bring up something like this down in the corner where it says this type of file can harm your computer. Do you want to run this file or keep this file? You would click on Keep, and then this will flash until it's done downloading, and then click on that button. The Java 7 tab should come up, and then this screen should load. Once this screen is loaded, notice that we have a periodic table up here in this corner, right? And then we have our nucleus of an atom. We have our first electron shell and a second electron shell. So what I would ask you to do then is to just play around, add protons to the nucleus, right? Right now it's saying that it's stable. It's an ion because we haven't balanced the positive charge of the proton with an electron. But once I do that, we've created a neutral atom. That's because our proton has a positive charge, our electron has a negative charge, so they cancel each other out. If I was to add a second electron, it would become a negative ion because we have more negatives than positives, so it's a negative ion. I can also add neutrons to make sure that the nucleus stays stable. If I add another proton, though, I've created helium. It's still stable even with only one neutron, and we still have the two electrons, so it's still a neutral atom. If I add a third electron, what do you think would happen? It would automatically go to the second shell because this is already full. That's why, remember, we have our periods on the table, and that tells us how many electron shells we're dealing with, right? And since both hydrogen and helium are in the first period of the table, that shows us they only have one electron shell, or that electron shell would be full. Now that I've added this one, I've created a helium ion, which is why there's a negative charge. Can I add another electron? Let's see. I can add another electron. What about another one? I can continue to add electrons, and look, the fact that we still have the two protons in the nucleus means that it is still a helium atom. But what happens if I add another proton? Now we've created lithium because we've upped the number of protons in the nucleus, and it is unstable, so that means we have to add some neutrons to our nucleus. This is what I want you to do. Just play around with this for a little while. Once you've gotten the hang of this, I would ask that you reset. It will confirm the reset all settings. So you reset everything. Then go up here to this corner, click on Game. Start on level 1. You can have your headphones plugged in if you'd like to use the sound. Definitely make sure that the timer's on. We're going to start our game. The game is going to be a Find the Element game, right? It shows us that we have a single proton in the nucleus. So what element are we dealing with? Well, the only element that has one proton, that's a hydrogen, it's a hydrogen atom. Is it neutral or is it an ion? Remember, an ion is something that has either a positive charge or a negative charge, right? And the only way we can have anything be neutral is if we have a positive and a negative together, or the same number of positives and negatives, so the same number of protons and electrons. This one, since we only have a single proton and no electrons, we know that that's an ion because it's going to have a charge. We scored points. Play around with the game for a little while. You can always click New Game, and you can pick any of these levels. If you want a really hard challenge, try 4. 4 is going to be pretty difficult. I hope that you guys really enjoy this science lesson. Remember to watch this video again if you need to, or if there's anything that you're not understanding fully. Watch the video first, ask a neighbor, then ask me for help. I'm going to be coming around the room. I hope that we have a good time with this. It should be a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy.